All right. Hey, welcome back. We're at block number 3 here at the Better Sundays podcast at reachkeep.com. Let's get going. Welcome to the Better Sundays podcast. Focused, practical, and usable advice for church leaders looking to reach new young families and impact their community. Howdy, howdy. Good to have you here. Let me get the third howdy, 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 howdy. That's the way I always do it for some reason. Anyway, good to have you here. I am Mike at the Sinclair Baptist Church out here in central Wyoming. If you missed some of that through the first 3 blocks or 2 blocks, we are talking about how to get normal people to come to church. And we talked about the idea of that you need to get your digital shingle out there and that you need to kind of be in alignment with them and kind of create an understanding that people would come and there would be a pathway. You would be the beginning of getting them towards their answer. They may not know, you may not get an answer, but if you're sick, you go to the doctor, you know you might have to have surgery and all sorts of different things, but you go to the doctor the very first time. In other words, you start the process. You are the beginning of the process. You need to write all that and think all that through as you're hanging your shingle out there 12 times a year. The first of every month, make sure that you are putting out something digitally or some physical way of getting the word out. Now, what I want to do here, and I've called this the idea of how to get normal people to come to church, and I want to reword this just a little bit and kind of change the dynamic of it a little bit, because the rewording here is how to get normal people to come to church again. How to get normal people to come a second time. We almost all can get people to come in the door the first time. I talked to a church a while back doing some of our coaching, and this guy had like 50 different people visit in a year. He'd kept track of them all, had names and addresses, never had one person ever come back a second time. We have some solutions for that. We can help you with that through our coaching. Okay, that's a powerful dynamic, but I want to give you just a little bit of this here, and this is the idea of getting people to come to church again. And why do they come again? Why are they back a second time? Okay, there's a lot of different kind of dynamics going here, but the best illustration that I can give you is one that I learned myself, and it really kind of has this idea of a large store that we have in our community now, and we just got one not all that long ago. Glad that we have it. We have now a Walmart. Now, there's about 4,000 Walmarts, I think, in America, so if you're listening to this here in our part of the country, you probably know that there's a Walmart near you somewhere. If you're from the rest of the country, I think there's about another 2,000 Walmarts spread around the world, South America, all over Central America, all over, the East and Europe and some of that stuff. They're a little bit everywhere. So here is the question: why do people go to Walmart? Now, Walmart's so popular, at least where we live, it's the busiest parking lot there is. Why do people go there? There's no one who now goes to Walmart for the first time. Every adult, everyone's always they've been there, one time or another. So why do they go there? And the reason people go to Walmart is because the last time they went to Walmart, they got what they needed. Okay, they've got the answer. In other words, they went to get beef jerky, they got beef jerky. They went to get a fishing pole, there's a fishing pole. Okay, they went to get transmission fluid, they had transmission fluid. You can tell what I've been at Walmart for the last 3 times anyway. Now, why do people go? They go because Walmart provided a solution. The reason people want to come to church, okay, and in this idea of they got to have your shingle out there, is they know that there's a solution, or they hope there's a solution, and they know you're the pathway to the solution. But the reason they come again, okay, which is really the secret of church growth and reaching your community and growing your church and making an impact like God has called you to do, is to get them to come a second time and a third time and a fourth time. And so we have this little saying here at reachkeep.com, and it's every Sunday solve a problem. Every Sunday solve a problem. And Walmart is in the business of solving problems. Why do people go to McDonald's? Because last time they went there, they got food. Okay, they solved the problem. It wasn't probably the healthiest in the world. They probably went through the drive-through. I've told my people sometimes, if anything that goes through the window of a car is not necessarily food, real food, okay? But the idea is they went to the drive-through, they got the Happy Meal for the kids are happy, they can drive another 500 miles, whatever it happens to be. They got their Coke, they got their iced coffee, but they got a solution. They got something they want. wanted. Our town just got, believe it or not, for a little bitty town, we're on an interstate, we have a Starbucks. We had a Starbucks open. The drive line is full all the time. Why? Because people are getting what they want. Okay? Paying a whole lot of money for a little bit of water and a little brown bean mixed in, but they got what they want. And here is the thing. You and I need to solve problems in our church. We need to present the Word of God in such a way that it solves a problem. When Jesus was speaking there in the New Testament, several times people were like, whoa, never man spoke like this. Man, he spoke as one having authority. He spoke as one solving a problem. The whole Sermon on the Mount, boom, boom, boom. It's like, whoa, we never heard anything like this. You and I need to craft our sermons. And by the way, sermonizing is a craft, and it's not just reading the scriptures and saying a few words. Take your time, make these sermons good. But you and I need to solve problems when we are presenting the Word of God. And to get people to want to come to church, again, is because you solved a problem the first time. And so that is a super focus that I want to give you on block number 3. Block number 4, going to give you 3 little things that kind of will help you kind of wrap this up to get people to want to come to church, all right? So jump on to block number 3, block number 4 now. Click the little button up over here, I think it is, and we should get you there. Thanks for joining us. This is Mike at the Better Sundays podcast at reachkeep.com. We'll see you in number 4 in just a moment.